Yo, what's up guys? My name is Cairo Essay and I'm back again with another sample. And this sample that I'm about to break down was inspired by Cleosol's song, Sweet Blue, and here's a snippet of that song. So with this song, I was actually inspired by the choir that you hear and the piano that's also playing in this sample or song. And therefore I was too lazy to create my own choir, therefore I just stuck to the instrument parts, and that was exactly what I was trying to emulate with making the sample. So I decided to start with a piano, and this piano is from Piano Tech, and the name of the preset is U4 Living Room, and it's just few chords and the piano sounds like this. So the chords that I'm playing here with a few passing notes is I'm playing a D sharp altered dominant 7, a D major 7, as well as a G major 7. And after that I decided to add percussions through drums, and I used soft drums by Prototype, and this is how the drums sound like. So after the percussion from Prototype, I added electric piano to introduce a melody layer, and the electric piano is from Lounge Lizard. The name of the preset is 4 AM, and it sounds like this. I then decided to add a flute from Sinful Orchestra, and the flute sounds like this. And after the flute, I added a bass from Xenology, and the name of the preset is Picked Bass, and this is how the bass sounds like. And with this bass, I didn't want it to be a lot in terms of rhythm because the piano was already doing a lot, so I just kept it simple. And after that, I decided to add an organ from B42. The name of the preset is Soul Explosion, and it's layering the electric piano, and it sounds like this. I then decided to add a monster Itnica flute, and the name of the preset is Glide and Blow Pause, and this is how the flute sounds like. for the outro section of the sample, I decided to add a brass from Expand, which is following the same chord progression of the piano. The only difference is I added a few more notes, and I think I also took some notes off to make it become more different from the first part of the piano, and this is how the brass sounds like. And the last two instruments that accompany the brass is that I decided to add another different tone of piano from Piano Tech, and this one is called YC5 Piano, which is also playing the same chord progression, just that the tone is now basically just a different preset. I then added another Sine lead from Xenology to also serve as a melody, and these two instruments sound like this. And the reason for doing this is I wanted the sample to sound as if it's concluding, like it's coming to an end. Therefore, I didn't want to use the same piano which I played earlier. I wanted to create a different tone, and I feel like this is how the sample concluded perfectly, with this different tone of piano. And with that, let me show you the effects that I used for the sample. So for the electric piano, I didn't do anything. And for the first piano, which is from from Piano Tech, the U4 Living Room, is I added a compressor plugin from CLA to a stereo. It's actually from Waves. And with this compressor plugin, I'm just smoothing out the peaks. And then after that, I added an EQ to shape the sound. I actually added two EQs to shape the sound. And for the percussion from Soft Drums, I added a Valhalla Vintage to put the percussion in its own space. And then for the flute from Monster Ethnica, I just added an EQ to shape the sound. And for the organ from B42, I added a Vapor Dimension plugin, which is a chorus plugin, so that I can make the organ a little bit wider. I then decided to add an EQ to shape the frequencies, and I also added a low cut filter with the built-in EQ from FL Studio to also further shape the frequencies. And with the other flute from Sinful Orchestra, I decided to add a Valhalla Shimmer, which is a reverb plugin, so that it's not just dry and in your face like that. And with the picked bass, I added a Pro C2, which is a compressor plugin from FabFilter, just to also tame the peaks a little bit. I also added an EQ to further shape the sound. And after that, for the brass from Expand, I added a delay. I also added a compressor again to also shape the sounds. And for the master channel, I decided to add an SSL comp stereo from Waves to glue the whole sample together. I then added an EQ to shape the sounds. I also added a Fruity Balance to boost the volume. And lastly, I added a limiter 6 to also boost the volume a little bit more again. And with that said, let me play you the final sample. And the final sample sounds like this. And that's the final sample. I hope you learned how to make this type of samples for your own self. And with that said, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if you found it useful, and check out my sample pack Food for the Soul Volume 2 in the description of this video, as well as my new EP. And with that said, again, I'll see you 2 weeks from now. Thank you very much for watching.